Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices. I'm Erica.
And I'm Milah.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Happy hump day, tribe.
Thanks for joining us again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
I think we're on episode like 276 or something like that.
I know. I'm really proud of us.
That's crazy.
Because I know like I have a podcast, but I don't like to talk that much.
Apparently you like
I think I only talk here and then I'm silent.
I think you talk
And then
more than you
wants,
think.
anyone who wants to talk to me, I get really irritated with. I'm like, do you know how much I just fucking talked today? 1 hour straight.
Most people are talking that much just because. So consider yourself lucky. You're talking with a purpose most of the time.
One of the comments, we went to go look on, every now and then we read your comments, guys. For the most part, our comments our reviews are really positive. However, I did notice a bitch in the reviews said that we ramble. And that might be true. You might have listened to a rambling ass episode. I feel like for the most part, we have a good structure happening these days, but in the early days, there's a lot of rambling probably.
I figured that she's just not familiar with the show because this is the part where it's not even rambling. We're just saying, hey, what's up? That's how you start a phone call. You don't just jump into the topic. You get there.
She's like, teach me, show me, prove
right.
it.
She's used to some very highly designed podcasts.
Well, there are some podcasts that are very structured and they are great. Those are great. Those are great for certain people. They're even great for me. I enjoy those too. I feel like she must have been a Capricorn or something listening. She was expecting structure off the bat.
I feel like I expect that in real life conversations.
Structure?
I just want you to get to the point quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I realize I have no patience for like too much talking, probably because I'm talking myself so often. But I realize that like if people are drawing out a story, it irritates me. And I was like, bitch, you need to have more patience in your life. And like I was somewhere and they were telling a very drawn out story. And I was just like, please get to the point. And I looked around at everyone else, and they seemed very patient.
And
I was like, I'm a bitch.
Sometimes when it annoys me when I'm like, bitch, can you read the room? Like, read the room.
People can't read the room.
I sometimes like, can they not read the room, or do they just actively choose not to read the room?
I wish I was the type of person who couldn't read the room.
I do too.
I overly read the room.
I know. I am envious of that bitch that told a drawn out story, because the moment I feel like my story's too long, I start stuttering and then I'll just like end it.
It was like a lot of people too, so it wasn't like there was a heavy energy, and I looked around to be like, am I the only one who feels like could have gotten a little bit to the point quicker? And then I just realized like I just don't give myself enough grace with time, because I don't have a lot of time, because I'm always in like work rush mode, and so everything in my life also has to be under that time constraint, including other people talking.
Well, you know me and people talking too much. I will zone the fuck out fast, and it's not good. It's actually like become a problem in my life, because sometimes people are saying important shit and they might say like 2 words that I'm like, and then it's like, click, turn off. And then I missed the whole point of the whole conversation that was really important. So I'm trying to retrain my brain. I think that like I struggle with active listening.
I struggle with active listening. So I try, but then I'll go out and I'll come back in. And
how are we going to be interviewers that struggle with active listening?
I really focus when we're interviewing people, because I don't want to look dumb. But sometimes I'm like, I hope she's listening, because I fucking missed that whole thing. And sometimes even when like Luna's telling me stories, I'm like, fuck, what'd she say? I saw this episode of Blackish, and they did that. The mom kept missing the important thing that the daughter was telling her, and I was like, what a bitch. And then I started doing it. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I struggle for sure.
Oh my God. Irie's starting to catch on to my really bad memory. She's like, Mom, we talked about this yesterday. Mom, you met her. You met that person's mom. Like, I don't remember any of the mom's names. And she's like, you've met her. And I'm like, I don't think I have. She's like, you have. I'm like, oh God, she's going to know I smoked weed too young.
So one day someone's going to tell her, like, your mom doesn't remember shit because she's smoking weed. That was another one of our comments. One of our reviews was, there's only like 3 bad reviews. It's the Black Girl Fry from 4 years ago. I told this guy at the bar
that's still my favorite one.
It's my favorite one. And then there's We Ramble. And then there's the third one is that we're promoting bad parenting because all we do is get high. And we're not promoting getting high. We just said it works for us.
I'm getting high right now.
Are you rolling a
I'm
backwood?
currently getting high. I'm smoking my little backwood.
Is that the vanilla?
This is the vanilla, baby. That's only when I smoke riff these days. I was on the honey for a minute, but now I'm straight vanilla, baby. And my backwoods rolling skills are different. I don't know. You roll them like this way, right? Is how you roll them?
Yeah.
I've been
Not my backwoods rolling is different.
It is, because like I had to figure out this shit, okay? Because I started smoking backwoods because I liked them, but then I couldn't roll them. So then I felt very slow. And so I just had to figure out my own special way. I don't know
if that's special. What are you doing different?
Well, when Stephanie showed us how to roll a backwood at our retreat, she rolled it this way. Like she was rolling it this
She's
way.
rolling it the way you unraveled it.
Yeah, I roll it like a joint. Like this way.
Oh, okay. I kind of see. Yes.
You know?
There's different ways.
Is
How many
there?
ways
Because
can you roll?
I feel like people are like backwood rolling elitists.
There are
Like, oh, you didn't roll it the right way. I'm like, bitch, who made you the backwood expert, ho? This is how I roll my joints. This is how this backwood's getting rolled, bitch. Okay.
Wow.
So that's what's happening here.
Okay. Well, how are you? How are you?
I'm good. Wait, actually, I think I am fucking this up. We're gonna have to rip this little piece off. Boom. I'm good. I'm great. I'm tan. I have braids in.
You guys, we both have braids. You know what that? When two bitches have the same productive style, know what that means.
Ooh.
We're on our way to the Good Vibe Retreat.
Ay.
We both have braids, so it means we're in retreat healer mode. We're leaving in less than 48 hours to go host our first Good Vibe Retreat in Sayulita, Mexico. There's still room for the second trip. If you're a last minute bitch, now's the time to book the second week. First week's sold out, but if you are listening to this and it's before July 12th, pull up on us.
Pull up on me. And use the code MEDITATE for $500 off.
You deserve a vacation. I know. I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too. I can't fucking wait. This is just a whole new vibe. We've never taken the girls to Mexico, and it's just different offerings too. I'm really excited about the Temescal Sweat Lodge experience, the Clay Beach experience, just the food, the culture, the property, so fucking beautiful. It's just a different vibe. Like we're on the ocean. Like every room is oceanfront. We're in Costa Rica. We're near the ocean, but we're really like tucked away in the jungle. So I just feel like some magical shit is gonna happen, and I just can't wait.
Every single retreat, magical shit happens. And I recently came back from a retreat for my Tantra certification that I will be done with in 6 months, God willing.
Oh my God, I'm going to start in 6 months again. I can't believe they did that to me.
I thought you could have pushed it to the middle. I'm happy you
it
did
was too stressful.
I'm stressed right now.
I couldn't have done it.
Can you tell I'm stressed right now?
I couldn't have done it. I was like, I will wait.
Yeah, I'm, I thought like maybe God made us do something separately. Because I went to the retreat. First of all, I've been nervous about it for months. But then I went to the retreat, and there was 40 people that I only saw on Zoom like 6 times this year. Maybe 12 on Zoom. But I was just like, how am I nervous about something that I ask people to do? Come to a foreign country by yourself. You'll make friends.
Don't worry. It's totally fine. Don't be a pussy.
But then it was totally fine. And it's like literally every time. I think any type of retreat when people come with like open minds and open hearts, beautiful things happen when you create that container. Because I definitely had
Is this your new favorite word?
Container?
Mm-hmm. You've been saying it a lot lately.
Maybe I'm talking about the containers I've been in.
Is it like a tantra word that they said a lot at the retreat?
I don't know.
It has to be, because it is, bitch, you've been using that. I've heard you at least say it 10 times.
Maybe because I'm talking about my retreat.
Okay, but I just never heard you say this word ever in our 7-year friendship.
Bitches know
have
you
even noticed, has she been saying container a lot to you?
Bitches know you 5 years and they think you can't pull out new vocabulary
Bitch,
words?
you never said
You don't know
container
all
in
my
my
words.
life. I've never heard you say this word, and you've said it at least 7 times to me, and I'm like, okay.
Maybe because you asked
I thought
about my Tantra retreat, and I was expressing to you what a beautiful container it was, because that is a word that I'm using correctly.
I'm not saying you're not using it correctly. I'm just acknowledging. I'm just purely pointing out that you've learned a new vocabulary word.
I didn't just
can't
learn
stop
it.
using it.
Container's not a new word, so I think you are just putting me in a box. You won't let me expand out of, or my vocabulary.
How dare you learn another word without me, ho? You went on one retreat, you learned new words.
You know what else I've been saying? I thought, you know what word I have?
Only use that word. I cap you with that word.
You know what other word I've been using a lot? Engorged.
Please don't use that word. That's not like a cute word.
You don't even know how I used it yet. I didn't even tell you the sentence.
Okay, well, go ahead.
What the fuck is your problem? You can't put your yoni egg in until you become engorged.
Ew. The Chick-fil-A is here.
Okay, first of all,
Ew.
there's nothing ill about being engorged.
Tell the girls. Okay, I need a lighter.
Use the candle.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to hear about my pussy. I never want the word my vagina and engorged to be in one sentence together.
Okay, well, you find a new word for your
Fluffed.
vulva
Fluffed.
being filled with blood.
Fluffed.
Erect. Your clitoris becomes erect.
Yeah,
your
I know
erectile
that's
tissue.
also a term that they say, and that's true. But I feel like we can find better words.
Anyway,
Fluffed.
I had a great time at my retreat. Met a lot of people that I probably would have never met otherwise.
Oh, I should do this.
Oh, now my phone's dying. Do you think we should cut it off now? We're going live on Instagram while we're recording this episode. We're trying new things. Honey up that blunt. Honey up that
See, look
blunt.
how beautiful it is. Look. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Besides the end, I mean, it's cute.
You rolled it like a joint.
I rolled it like a joint. Like, all you backwoods elitists can kiss my ass. This is how I roll my backwoods. Now, you don't have to put your whole fucking mouth over the blunt because that actually would irritate the fuck out of me.
People who usually roll
Ew.
backwards use so much saliva.
It's the niggas. They put their whole, they go like this.
It's kind of
They
homoerotic.
put their whole, they like suck it like a little dick.
It's erotic.
And they put their whole fucking mouth on it and have the audacity to then pass it to me. I'm like,
Someone
whoa.
obviously did this to you. And
I've seen it done by like a lot of
But
rappers.
as soon as you said that, I just saw a lot of like a very spitty backwood many times in my life.
You like that? You like that?
Don't overdo it, or else it's no. If you do too much,
That's enough. It's perfect.
okay. So, yeah, I'm
Oh
sure.
my God, not on our new couch.
It's not on the couch, is it?
No.
Oh God, it's gonna be hard to light if it's too.
No. It's perfect. It's perfect. Just
Erica is really getting on my nerves this morning. Ew, what word? I don't like it. Ew, that's a new word. No, it's perfect. I'm perfect. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't be hating on my confidence today. Yesterday I was spiraling on stories, so today I feel better.
Why are you spiraling?
I just woke up and I was like, I felt depressed. I was like, I told you that yesterday. I was like, am I active? Am I like, what did I say? Am I high active depressed?
I know, highly functioning
depressed person. I was like, because I'm getting shit done, but I'm sad the whole time, or I'm just like, I'm tired. I took a nap while you were at my house the other day. When do I take naps? Bitch?
I mean, we've been traveling.
I never take naps. I was napped, and then I don't have my computer broke. I have been without a computer for damn near a month.
Probably why you're taking a nap.
I feel handicapped without my computer, and so I think it's actually making me sad. And
Probably making your mind rest like it's intended.
no, because we have shit to do, and I can't do it from my phone, and my phone gives me anxiety, so therefore my computer is usually like the thing that helps me get off my phone so that I can get shit done more effectively. And so now I was supposed to send an email like 3 days ago, and I just can't because I have to do it from my phone, and it's kind of it's an intense email that requires links and things, and I've just been avoiding it.
We have to use Orlando's computer because my computer is now not going to get there until the girls get there, and I need to study.
Anyway, so when I was spiraling, I decided to go outside and go for a run because I've also been in my overeating phase. I don't know about anyone else. I don't know if this is like a trigger moment, trigger advisory, but I talk about this in the book too. Like I've always struggled with like good eating habits, and sometimes like when I'm depressed, I won't eat at all, or I overeat, like excessively overeat, like to the point where I feel sick. And I've been noticing that I've been doing that lately, like late night, where I've just like been eating lots of ice cream late at night, and then eating like 3 tortillas with butter, and then
It's
like
disgusting.
I know, it's gross.
3 tortillas, like just tortillas with butter by itself is just not.
Orlando calls it the
Mexican peanut butter and jelly.
But that's because my grandma made that for me when I was a kid. She would put the tortilla on the stove, she put some butter, a little salt, pepper, maybe some garlic powder, roll that bitch up, and it's fucking delicious. It is.
Sounds like a kid snack.
It's fucking
I think, yeah, that is a kid snack for sure.
It's so good. But nobody needs to eat 3 of those and ice cream fucking sandwich. Nobody. So I woke up and I was like, bitch, what's wrong with you? I was like, you need to go move your body. So I went for a run, and I like had an attitude the whole time I was running. Like, I don't want to do this shit. And then the moment I got back to my house, I was like, huh, I feel better. And then I put makeup on. I was like, you're fine. You're fine, and also you're fine. And then I put clothes on. I was like, oh my God, they still fit. Thank God.
And 3 tortillas later, they still fit.
They were a little tight. They were a little tight. These shorts are a little tight right now. And then I said, okay, today's a new day. You can start over. And that's why today we're supposed to meet at 10. And I said, no, I need to go run again because I got to like keep the momentum going because I'm not going to fall into this weird cycle of low, high functioning depression.
That you self-prescribed, self-diagnosed yourself with yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I decided to not engorge myself with tortillas and ice cream and instead be active.
Beautiful. I'm so happy for you. Anyway, what else has been going on? We haven't caught up in quite some time. I feel like it's been a minute since we've been here. I think the last 4 weeks I've been in town 1 week. We went to Miami. I went to Philadelphia. I went to Mexico. And now I'm going to Mexico again. Traveling ass bitch. I prayed for this. I guess you got to be careful what you pray for.
Well, you know what I realized is I don't like being home.
I feel you.
When I was getting on the plane to go secretly surprise my nigga that almost went haywire. I got on the plane. And I was like, I was just out of town like 5 days ago, like a week ago. I went to Orlando with his family or whatever the fuck I did. And I was like, well, how am I late? Why am I leaving again? Well, A, because I miss him and I'm not going to see him for like over probably like a month and a half. But B, I think because I just don't like being here. I really actively like searching flights. Like that is my hobby.
No, it's fun.
That turns me on. I've been
fun.
searching for hotels in Europe for 3 weeks, like gleefully. Haven't booked one.
I like to look at stuff too. I really want to go to Bali. I really want to. Yeah, I like to move around. And LA is really not that exciting. It's not an exciting place. It generally has some good restaurants, mostly sushi, and it's good weather. But like other than that, someone was asking me where to go, and I was like, I don't go out in LA unless my friend's having a live show.
I did start writing things down because I'm tired of people. Thank you, Orlando. I'm tired of people asking me what to do in LA. And like I went to a random brunch the other day that I found on Yelp. And I was like, this was great. I should write this down so people know when they come, like where I can tell them where to go. Went to another spot. I was like, I should write this down. Because I really don't go out. So every now and then when I do, I just won't forget later on, 6 months later, when someone asks me what to do.
People tell me stuff, and then like 1 year later, I text them like, "Did you say La Descarga on Thursday?" And then I say I'm gonna go, and then I don't because it gets 8 o'clock, and I realize no, I'm not. Yeah, we don't
see, and I forget because there is a good night of La Descarga.
Yeah, there is that you told me about 17 months ago.
I think it's on Tuesdays, and it's salsa class.
I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't know, but I text Zin every 6 months to ask her about it and with intentions to go, and I never go. And just in case anyone wants to know, random fact about Milah, I'm a top-notch, exceptionally bomb-ass salsa dancer. Are we salsa dancing in Mexico? Because everybody needs to see these moves.
We'll go out and we'll find some salsas.
Yeah, we need to go do some salsa dancing. So, yeah, LA is not it, but apparently everywhere else is.
Well, I tried to sneak away. I snuck away to New York. I didn't tell anyone except my friends because I'm still in my 30s, terrified of my mother, and didn't want her to know where I was at. So if you know her, shut the fuck up.
She's gonna find out. That's a wrap.
Too late now.
It's true. And you decided to tell that story soon. You know, you usually lie and then you tell the story 6 months later, so it seems elusive. This is coming up pretty soon, bitch. I was just like, you know what? Let me go pull up on this man real quick. And so I went over there and
not pull up on this man.
Do you want to? I think our listeners are confused. I think like some weeks you say you have a boyfriend, and then some weeks you're just like, oh yeah, my nigga, and they're probably like, bitch,
should I hard launch again?
Maybe you should. I mean, I just feel some type of like transparency to our community. I know every other week Erica has a new relationship status, but like she's back on. So I just wanted to preface that because I think everyone is in the car like, bitch. And I'm happy because
everyone's in the car like, bitch.
And right now they're like, yeah, I'm happy you said something, bitch. I know, because she was going to try to smooth, clean, go around that. But no.
Okay, so here it goes, guys. Breaking news. I am no longer single again. Wow, you're really ruining my fucking hard launch with your coughs.
That's kind of how it happened in real life when she told me. Okay. I'm just kidding.
We broke up, but not really. But
she's the friend who keeps breaking up and getting back together and keeps relaunching it to her friends. Your mom just heard you talk about her lie. Her mom just called her, you guys, because she heard her through thin air say, I lied to you, and now she called.
Mom, let me call you back.
Okay, are you with Princess Jasmine now?
Yes.
Okay.
Call her iPad.
I never can do that. Okay.
Bye. Anyway, real life shit happening, guys. Okay, so let me do that again. Breaking news, guys. I, Erica Nicole Dickerson, am in a relationship again with the same person.
For the fourth time.
Because we're obsessed. Wait, what song were we listening to at fucking Poor Minds? You're like, this is you, bitch. It was the fucking Usher song.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm back in my relationship. We're working it out. I thought I wanted to be in the streets, but then I said, no, I don't want to be. Take me back, please. I don't want to go back to the streets. I don't want to be in the streets. The streets are not good. I don't want to be there.
The streets aren't great.
Yeah. And so I'm back with my in my relationship. It's been a journey. It's been challenging. It's all been rewarding. My friend is laughing at me, but that's okay because I've supported her through much worse.
What do you mean much worse?
I've supported you through a lot of relationships.
I've never been. You always say this. This is, you know how like other podcast friends like are not friends, but I feel like you say the same shit about me and we argue about the same shit. I haven't been in a lot of relationships in the last 5 years.
Not a lot. You've been in challenging relationships that I've supported you through.
Oh, okay. I thought you said one time you said I was always in a relationship, and I'm like, that is not true.
Not a relationship, but you're in relation. You've been in relationships.
Yeah. Two.
So yeah, I'm just saying that it's been a challenge. This relationship has challenged me and him, and I feel really positive about the space that I'm in with this person that I love. And that's it.
Literally, I was listening to an episode and you were like, I'm single. And I was like, gosh, you're going to have to update this. It's like recently.
No, bitch, it's real time, ho.
I know. I'm just saying, this is real. I mean, it's real life.
I think everyone can relate. I'm just thinking.
There's not a single person who can't relate. Everyone has been back with the same one has redated a person.
I don't really do that a lot. So that's why this has been really weird for me, because I really be done for the most part. I mean, I think maybe like one relationship I went back to with Happy Bay for a sec. But for the most part, nah. Not a relationship. A fuck buddy, maybe.
I mean, obviously, I don't think it needs to be said. I hope that you know that I support you in all of your decisions, and you know, life's life. And I think a part of friendships is you may not always understand or agree, but you're always going to support your friend. You're like never going to be like, I can't tell Milah. I'm like, you're going to tell me anything. I'm not going to judge you. I mean, I don't think we have a lot of space to judge each other, and this is kind of like the theme of.
Well, your faces sometimes make me feel like I don't want to tell you shit, if I'm being honest. And you laugh at me sometimes when I tell you things. So then I'm like, I don't know.
When have I laughed at you? About
you just did right now.
About you relaunching your relationship?
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it's funny that you've avoided saying it.
But I'm just saying, like, your faces often are like, bitch.
I mean, I can't help. I think I'm always going to be honest about my feelings, but I never made it seem like you cannot tell me or cannot come to me. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Right, but if I get that face every time I bring this person up, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying in general.
But I don't. But I don't make that. I mean, you have. It's been over a year, right? So it's not every time. I'm just if you say one thing and then I say okay, and then you come back and say something the opposite of that, you have to understand where there's sometimes disconnection because the feelings are changing and the even like us, you telling me, not me saying, planting seeds, you will say one thing and then come back and say something else. And I am just trying to catch up. So you have to understand as a friend, if you say, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell me things, but if you say things that are negative, and we can agree that there have been things that are negative, and then come back and disregard those things, my feelings are still.
You think I've disregarded them?
Not disregard them, but I as my friend, I always want you to do and be the best. And it's not difficult, but it takes me time to catch up to where you're at because it has changed on a week-to-week basis. And yeah, that's just the truth. It's like if I said something, you know.
But the same could be said about you. The same could be said about other people. Like you've told me shit about your relationship and said things that maybe I was like, oh, I don't. That's not great.
And the faces are the same. And you've been honest of how you feel about that in those relationships.
Okay.
Right? When I was fucking off with,
I have, but there's been times where I've definitely bit my tongue because you needed my support in that moment.
And
I'm not even gonna make a face. I'm just gonna say.
And same, you're never gonna come to me. I'm gonna say that was dumb. This is on you. Like I'm always going to support you because everyone has been a dumb bitch, including me, especially in relationships when there's dick and niggas involved. That's the womanly way in ways. We are loyal to a fault. We nurture, we love hard. That is what we do. That is the feminine, you know, but it's not to judge you or to make you feel like you can't come to me because, bitch, I know I've done some really questionable boyfriends. I'm very, very, very aware. So please don't let my faces prevent you from being able to come to me because we're human, as does anyone we date, and I realize there's going to be flaws and challenges and fuck ups. That's it. Like that. Nobody's exempt from that. And I'm not judging you. I'm just here for the ride with you and hoping that whoever you choose is worthy and takes the role seriously. That's always going to be my hope for you and your relationship.
Me too.
Because I know that that's what you deserve.
Same. And
that you're smart. And that anybody who fucks with you should thoroughly understand, respect, and cherish that. And that's all I ask, and like that's all I want. So I'll be more conscious of my facial expressions when you mention this person. But I really do feel like I've been pretty chill. Like, okay. I mean, it's not like we were going very far separate from each other.
I'm not saying like right now in this very moment. I'm just saying in the overall, in the experience with this person in particular. Yes, I have felt like I don't know if I want to talk to you about certain things. And that's just my honest thing. I'm not saying that because I want an apology. I'm not saying that because I want an explanation. I'm just sharing how I feel.
And I'm sharing how I feel. And I think you know how I feel. I think you know if I ever hesitate or make a face, you understand why. Where my defense comes up in protection of my friend, my very best friend in the world. So, yes, I take shit personally, and I have to probably take it less personally because it's not my boyfriend, it's not my life, and it's not my relationship. You're my friend. If ever you feel that way, feel free to communicate that to me because I don't want you to feel like you can't come to me because you can come to me about anything. You could say I killed somebody, and I say, okay, well, what do we need to do? So it's never... And then I'll be like, so why do you think you did that?
After we've buried the body.
Yeah. You know?
Okay, so now that we handled that.
Do you want to talk? Do you think maybe we should dig a little bit deeper? Now that we're on the run?
Oh my God, I love you.
I love you too. And I want you to know that. And yeah. That time you hung up on me when you heard the dog. Even when I was in challenging situations and I was being secretive and not maybe saying a lot of things because I didn't want to tell you because I knew I was doing some stupid ass shit. I understood when you were angry or disappointed or making a face because I knew you didn't like him. And I understood why. Even the time he slapped me in my face and I had to cry in the passenger seat. I didn't feel smart about it, but I knew that I could disarm at that moment because you're my friend no matter what. So I hope that you always feel the same energy, that even if I'm feeling, I don't know, I was going to make up a word, begrudging? Is that I don't need to make up any more words. It's one day, and one word at a time.
Begrudging, judgmental, harboring judgment?
Right.
Is that the word? Is that the feeling?
Yeah.
The intent? Okay.
Yeah. Fuck the dictionary. Who's Webster any fucking
Don't have to break down the word.
So, you know, that's also the nature of humanity, is that we share things with our friends, or we do things and we run the risk of people feeling away about those actions later, like that's just the reality of humanism. And because you're closer to someone, everyone else around you is going to be slower possibly at warming up because we have less of a intimate and close relationship with this person.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So like that, that's the humanity of it too.
I get it. Well, I just feel like my nervous system is calm and that has been the sign for me that I'm safe, we're safe, and we're on the same page, and that I'm happy, and that's what I want, and that's what we've been working towards, even though it's been challenging and it hasn't been fucking easy at all from the beginning. It was pretty fun and easy, but then it got real, and then shit got real, and then there were like big feelings involved, and I feel like there has been a journey that we have had to take in order to really be honest with ourselves about what it is that we want, what we're willing to do. And that's really what it is like the work. Are you willing to do the work with this person? Because, I could go break up with my partner and go back in the streets and find another nigga and do all those things. But, like, ultimately, is this person down to do the work and move forward in a healthy, positive way where we are both on the same fucking page about it? And that's where we're at, and that's how I feel, and that's how I've continued to feel, and I'm living my life day by day. And ultimately, do I see this person with me in the long run? I hope so. Yeah, I do. I wouldn't be doing this shit just because, but I also know that like whatever is for me is always going to show up, and that also means in the way of ending what needs to be ended. Like I'm protected in the way of like from particular. Oh my God, he's calling me. I'm protected in ways from bullshit, and I know that I consciously also have to choose that as well. It's not like God is gonna sprinkle some shit and then I'm gonna just walk the other direction. But I feel like I have to trust the work that I've done, and knowing that ultimately I am going to choose myself.
I mean, I know that too. I'm never like worried about you. I mean, obviously, I'm
not telling you this to prove something to you. I'm just saying in general for like, I'm saying this to myself as well, because I've had to say that to myself. Like, you've done the work. You're doing the work always. You're continuing to do it. And you have to trust that you can trust yourself, basically.
I mean, if you feel like your intuition is saying yes to something, then you have to honor that and know that, when something is for you, it's for you. And when it's not for you, the universe will continue to remind you that. Like, there are certain things when you begin to choose healing and choose digging deeper, is that you can't unchoose that. And you'll see toxic things if they are toxic. You can only do it for so long. You know, when you fuck around and always commit to yourself, the toxic relationships will be so much shorter. The relationships with friends, all those things will peel away all the time because you can't unsee what you already see. So I mean, it's about honoring your intuition and honoring yourself and your nervous system. And if you feel like you're in a space of safety and contentness and an overall better place, then that's what you should do in anything, in any job, in any relationship, in any friendship. I think if you feel good about it, then like that's all that matters.
I've also realized that I, in general, and not that this in this particular relationship, this reaction wasn't correct in ways, but I am a runner. Like, I am quick to be like, no thanks. Like, I'm cool. I don't want to do the work.
Do you think it's been you running, or has it been you just honoring your intuition in ways, or like setting boundaries?
No, I don't think that. And I think that we as women sometimes use that. Like, we weaponize intuition in some ways.
No, I'm just asking you.
I'm just saying, I feel like as women, we do that sometimes, where we will walk away from certain shit that we can work through because our intuition or our fear, which I think that's where it's like this blurred line between intuition, fear, and trauma, where we are using this boundary and our intuition to just say, you know what, discard this person because they have work to do and I don't have fucking time. When really, bitch, like, you do have time, A. B, because bitches always look as if they don't have time. and B, there's a mirror here that you need to face as well.
Well, yeah.
You know?
I don't know who we had an interview with. It was a couple of years ago, but they were like, you are going to show up differently in every relationship because the other person serves as a different type of mirror. You will be triggered in different ways. One personality will challenge you in different ways. Like we have a friend who is in a relationship recently and called me the other day and was just like, I realized like getting close to someone is like you have to tell them about your family and your trauma and like can I do this? Do I want this? And I was just like, this is a part of it, you know. Like I definitely had to go inside a lot on many occasions, even in my relationship, less now, but just realizing that the trauma will show up. Like if you don't want to share your trauma with someone else because it feels embarrassing or shameful or like they're not going to understand, then you're going to be like, do I want this relationship? This seems hard. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And so you're always going to face different challenges, and it's always you, but it's just like, do I feel like dealing with that? So like, even people sometimes seek relationships thinking it's going to save them for something or be safe in what, like, you know, save them from a lot of times doing the work on yourself. And committed relationships that you're like trying to really be down for someone really requires work from you because you have to be honest with yourself when you're not being cool or you're being triggered or if you're really not ready to settle down and do the challenging things that being in a committed relationship require. So
you can't, well, the work that you haven't done is always going to show up in all your relationships, whether they're good or bad, you know, and
True.
The work that has, I mean, the one thing that I will say that I haven't always acted on the reaction, but if I haven't fled physically, like, bye, nigga, it's emotionally. That's always how it goes, fast, quick. And then the physical part comes where I'm like, I'm actually not here anymore for you. But I've just noticed that has been like the easiest thing for me to do, not just in this relationship because he made it easy at first, but also in my other relationships. Like I will disconnect or like I will just stop engaging at all, you know, like certain relationships, yes, granted, but like even my relationship with, what did we call him? Poetry Bay. I was like, in my mind, I was very much, I loved him. Like, I was in love with him. Now, thinking about that, I'm like, bitch, stop. No. But when I was done, like, I literally disconnected. Like, it was like the easiest disconnection I've ever had. I think about also, like, the relationship I had with one of my long-term boyfriends, actually, that we also interviewed when we interviewed our exes. Again, disconnected, like nothing. Like, went on to, I started dating my baby daddy, like, a week later. Like I went to New York, we made out, we had sex, and then I was in love again. And so that was my way of running. I would run into different relationships. I would just go from relationship to relationship to relationship. And then when I stopped doing that, it was now I'm disconnecting. I'm not going back to another relationship, but I am going to disconnect quickly and move on quickly. And I just like, the more I talk to, I feel like older women too. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday and she was just like, she's been married, she's divorced now. And she was like, you know, and I was like, how is your marriage going? Like, how's it going? She was recently married like three years ago, maybe. And she was just like, you have to choose your friend, ultimately. Like, listen, what I've learned about marriage is like, I'm not always going to love all your choices. I'm not always going to like everything. Sometimes shit is going to be bad, but like, do I like you? Are you my friend? Like, how do I feel about that? Because I'm going to go through my shit too. You're not going to like everything I do. She's like, I'm cranky and shit, and I'm not going to change it. That's just who the fuck I am. And he loves me, and he's my friend, and like, he doesn't like it, but are we going to leave each other for that?
No.
Like, is everything else, the friendship and all the things in between and like the connection that we have, the way we're able to communicate, the way we're able to show up for one another, does that
outweigh that? Mm-hmm. I know. And then you know what? It's also about if you have generally been in relationships that people have made it easy for you to choose saying peace out. If you make it like, if you give me a reason, people are, I think, innately runners when that's what you're used to, and so you have options to leave. You know, you don't feel like you're going to commit, or it's stuck, or it's forever, and that there's a leisure in that, there's a comfortability in that, or you should be too close. But when you start to be with someone and you try to make their reason for you to like walk away because that's what you're used to choosing, like this cycle of, okay, I'll find someone else, then it will be easier for you to do that. And so when you're with somebody and you're like, fuck, this is not a really valid reason because I still want to be with you, even though you get on my nerves, even though this and that. It's like, because you're my friend.
Even though you fucked up.
Even though you fucked up. Even though, oh God, you
acted nuts. You know, and it's like, but I love you, and I'm learning to. Well, for him, like I think for my relationship in particular, we weren't friends first. We literally went straight into love affair. Like, it was like, especially because he doesn't live here, you know, so he's far away, and so it's easy for it to feel fairy tale like. And even though we're talking on the phone like all the time, it's different. Like I realize I am not a phone talking ass bitch.
Yeah, no.
I don't like talking on the phone. I don't have much to say. I don't want to figure out what to say. I really would just like you to lead the conversation. If you want to ask me some shit, I'll answer it. But like long distance relationships, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're much better in person because of that. Because I'm like, But, you know, and because of that, I think that we didn't really, even though we were long distance, we got to know each other, but like the friendship just wasn't there. It's different when like you really are able to like be in someone's space, be in their day to day, understand what their day to day looks like, you know, and long distance can be really challenging in that way. So I think the friendship element, I've realized, I know that that's important because that's typically how I've started all my relationships. Like my baby daddy, he was my home, like we were cool. You know what I mean? Like the guy that I dated, you know, before that or after that, like I'd known him for years. We were cool, you know, but skipping the friendship part will have you fucked up, will have your intuition fucked up, will have you running. Because you're like, I don't even know you like that.
Right.
I'm out of here.
I don't need this.
I don't look at you
friends,
like I don't look at you like a friend. You're disposable to me. You've hurt my heart. Like, no, like there's no friendship there.
Right.
So it's like when you skip that part, it's like I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. And I would never do that again. I would never jump into something like that again.
The friendship part is essential.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do give your friends a different type of grace. But yeah, the friendship part is definitely essential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about you and Orlando's relationship. It was built on friendship first. I mean, yes, you were lovers quick, but like you really had to like be honest with one another in a way that most couples are not. You know what I mean? Like you were being honest about like where you were at dating and like what you know, all the different things you were doing without fear that he was going to leave you because that was your friend.
Right.
Versus like him not being your friend and then you withholding certain things, parts of yourself, and vice versa. So when shit pops off and he's a human or you're human, you're like,
I'm cool.
I'm cool on your humanness. We're not even close like that.
Right.
I don't even know you like that, nigga, for you to be human. Like, you're supposed to take care of my heart. You're supposed to love me. And that's that.
Yeah. No, I think that the way my relationship with Orlando panned out, it couldn't have been any better. And because we were long distance, it wasn't forced. It wasn't like I love you and we're gonna be together. It was like, okay, we live fucking 2,000 miles away from each other, so I love you, but yeah, I'll see you when I see you. You know, I'll see you around because there could not be a long-term plan at that time because neither one of us were in the position to give that. And because of that, we knew we weren't going to not be in each other's lives or not be friends.
I don't think you wanted that either.
No.
You weren't even looking for that, you know? Like, I kind of was. Like, I was like, when I met him, like, I was intentionally dating. I wanted to like be with someone. I was ready to not be fucking alone anymore. So when I had that connection, I immediately like held on to it and was like, okay, this is it. We're like, I feel it. And like you skipped the friendship part because you didn't even give yourself a chance.
But there's also that too, right? Like there's that. Are you dating because I don't want to be alone anymore? And I'm not saying don't be intentional about dating, but I think that not having expectations or not wanting it, because you're allowed to want it. But sometimes we want to, like, not saying this for you, I'm just saying in general, like sometimes you want something so bad and you're like, you don't want, you've made this statement. And so the next person who comes, you're like, you're going to be my person. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, maybe that's not your person, but you want someone because you don't want to be alone, or because you understand and like long for the perks of partnership. But sometimes it's just not with that person. So it's like, it's important that even if you want it, you are aware not to mold someone into your fantasy that you have, or your,
well, it's not out of a deficit.
Right.
But, you know, it's not out of deficit, but also like people always say like you'll find the person you want, like when you love yourself, when you've done the work on yourself. And like, yes, I agree with that. I also, that concept also kind of annoys me a little bit, because I'm just like, yeah, but then when you meet that person, you realize that there's like this piece that not was missing, but that, wow, there's even more. There's an extra piece that I didn't even know I needed. And I don't feel bad about knowing that, like, maybe there was some sort of like thing missing that this person filled in for. You know, I think like people will wait and wait and wait and wait, and it's like you're never going to find that perfect exact piece. Like, it might come in perfect, and then that nigga or that bitch is it's gonna be a little crunchy at times, and then you figure it out again. Sometimes it does come in perfect, you know, or sometimes it doesn't come in perfect, and I don't get to write my fucking fairy tale.
Right.
I don't get to decide that my Prince Charming rolls in and is exactly
Perfect.
as I hoped he was going to show up in his shining armor.
He won't. That doesn't exist.
But it does, but people think that's how it's supposed to exist, that
Yeah.
that's the storyline of their fairy tale. And like, if this is the fairy tale that's playing out in my life right now, like it's untraditional. It's different. It's not always, we had challenges early on. Well, not really early on, but I guess early on, and things of that and all those things. But I think that as women, we have to kind of let go of this idea of what your fairy tale is supposed to look like. And I'm not saying that you like downplay your wants and needs. I'm not saying that you make these big compromises with yourself, because ultimately you know what you can handle and what you can't, you know, and you actively choose the opposite if that's what you're doing. But I do think that we have been really hard on men because they haven't made it easy for us. And I think that...
And they do one wrong thing, and it's easy for us to protect ourselves and go into defense mechanisms because other men have also, you know, done fuck shit. And so it's all of you niggas as a whole. And so it's harder to, because then you kind of group them all together. And then your friends have boyfriends that ain't shit too. And you're like, it's definitely all of them. You know what I mean? And it's easy to protect yourself by distancing yourself and by putting up these unbreakable walls, you know, but
the thing is like, there are a lot of men that are making really poor choices, and there's maybe like a pool of men that are making really amazing choices all the time, right? And the same goes for women. I think on a higher rate, women are making better choices. I mean, call me fucking biased. I don't give a fuck. But so what are we gonna do? There's a lot of women. There's more women in this world than there are men. So are we just gonna discard the niggas that are kind of fucked up and maybe are down to do the work but like need that support? Or are we just gonna all like try to find this like unicorn of a man that's already healed, already done all the work?
There's also like this idea of what that man is gonna be like. He's gonna be tall. He's gonna know how to garden. He's gonna own plants.
No, he might be like a short, small Indian man.
Small king.
He might be a little Indian man.
That's extreme. I mean, that's not.
I'm being specific because some bitches would be like, I could never imagine myself dating this type of person. It's like, that was your soulmate. You didn't even fucking know, bitch.
Orlando was not my type. I said it. I was just like, I don't know if this is my but he wasn't my type. But then I started to like him. And when we came back from Mexico, within like the first month and a half of me knowing him, if he would have been like, let's be together, I would have been like, okay. I was not looking for a man. I had just got a relationship. But a part of me, a little bit, was a hope, like kind of wanted that. Mm-hmm. I've never admitted that ever in my life out loud. But if he would,
it's a security. You wanted,
yeah. I was like, oh, you didn't have a great time? Fuck you. But also, I mean, I'm not the type of person to vocalize my feelings like that, because it was kind of crazy. But I've had that inkling, like.
But it wasn't crazy because you guys did have a really, you know, cosmic experience with one another, and so it's natural to feel like that longing, especially if there are things missing in your life.
But had that happened, it would have been much easier for me to discard him when he did things that were pissing me off and that challenged me, especially because we had this extremely honest, no secrets like relationship. Like, had we been in a relationship early, that would not have lasted. I'm grateful that that did not happen, and it took a year of friendship, like solid friendship, to kind of know that we were ready for whatever we were about to take this into. But when we met, I was like, if by the time I turn 35, you'll be 31 and you'll be old enough. If we don't, or like 30, maybe I said 36. If we don't find anyone else, we'll be together. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I was like, nigga, I'm number one. You're not gonna find anyone better than me. Not gonna happen. Good luck. So it was like that, and there was an agreement. But yeah, the friendship shit is like, that's not even like, it's huge. It's a huge piece, even if it's your person. And there was this, Spirit was saying, I'm going to pump the brakes for you. I'm going to not even have that be in mention, because I know how valuable this 1 year of like platonic / erotic intimate relationship will look like, and how much it's going to serve you. Because now, yeah, he does get on my nerves. And even in the beginning, I was like, this is like too good to be true, or too like this is like I was bracing myself for when the honeymoon phase ended, because he moved in. I was like, ugh. But I told you this one time too. I'm like, yeah, but one thing I'll ask myself is like, but do you want to live a life without him specifically? And the answer is always no. Mm-hmm. No matter what, like if I can't see I still don't want to live without you. Even if you fuck up, even if you do this, even if you said that thing, like there have been challenging things. And I realized it's easier for me to be like, I'm good. And it's been a challenge to be in a relationship in ways I never, you want a relationship, it's going to be so much easier, you're going to have support, but there's challenges that come that, are also required of you. Just because you find a partner and you find your soulmate doesn't mean the challenges stop coming and the healing and the evolution ends. Like everything doesn't become perfect.
Well, it's like this toxic soulmate fucking narrative of like, you meet this person, it's Instagram, you see these people and they're in love and they're like soulmates and they share their story and you're like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. And then real life happens, and that's when you realize, is it your soulmate, or is it your fucking lust mate, or did you actually like love this person as a friend? Like, can you work through all of the ups and downs? When they say marriage like is till death do us part, it's really like, how much of fucking besties are you? That's what the fuck that means.
I'm gonna have mine changed.
Like,
how much of motherfucking
how
besties
much of
are
a
you?
Fucking bestie are you? Is what till death do us part means.
Yeah.
It's not this like romantic notion. It's really not that sexy, and it really comes when you're really faced with that. And I'm not married, so I can only imagine like what that vow feels like. But I mean, ultimately they're just words, but are you really that person's friend? Like, and then when I was talking to my friend who's, married again for the second time, she's in her 50s and has like 4 kids that are off to college, and she's lived a really like juicy life. As Morgan DeBond said about us. I don't know who said that. Who said that?
From the Stacks podcast.
Oh, right. Tracy said that. And she's lived a really fucking juicy life, this woman. She's seen it all types, celebrity types, regular people types, like weirdos, nerds. And I asked her, I've been asking that too. I asked my grandmother too, like yesterday. I've been like really like curious about like talking to like my elders and really understanding their perspective, because ultimately I can be impulsive and I can make my choices right now as a 35-year-old, and this is all I know, and this is what I deserve, and this is the respect that I want. But like, what do you feel later on in life after you've done all the things? And maybe you've done that and maybe you haven't, like,
what about the things that you require?
About the things you require and the things that like mattered when you were 35 versus matters now. Mm-hmm. And granted, like everyone's position is different on this, but like with her, that was her thing. She was like, are there things that like are annoying, that like are not ideal? That, yeah, but ultimately like that's my friend and I love him and he loves me, and that's that, and that's it. And I don't want to be friends with anyone else. I'd rather be friending with this person versus anybody else.
Nesting, friending, right?
Yeah. I asked my grandmother what her biggest regret was in life. And she said getting married. I said, interesting. And I was like, do you think you just married the wrong people? And she's like, probably.
Then there's that. Marrying, like, I think doing the steps, having the friendship, then the relationship, really friendship, then the relationship, but then choosing marriage is so essential because a lot of people also choose marriage because it checks off a box, especially women. And a lot of
Well, she got married because she got pregnant. Because I asked her about why'd you marry your first husband. She's like, I was pregnant. That's why I married him.
Because religion said so.
Because it was like 19 fucking whatever, 58. And you can't be unwed and pregnant in 20, you know? And then the second one was my grandfather. And she said he knew how to balance a checkbook. Because that was also the thing that she kept saying, like about things that she wished she knew or that she did more of. It was all related to money, which I was like, so money is something that like do you feel stressed about? Like you've felt stressed about your whole life. And she's like, it's important. You can't
go around that. She's not lying. It is important.
I was like, so even at 85, you realize
money's still important.
You need money, okay? And I said, is there anything you regret? She's like, no, I did everything I wanted to do. She's like, if I didn't want to be married, I wasn't married. If I wanted to move out, I moved out. If I wanted to be, my grandmother was an interior designer. She just figured it out because she needed a career. I did that, and so I was like, that's cool to just also do that. Like, yeah, marriage maybe wasn't for her and she didn't find the husbands, but ultimately she still chose herself. And that's where you have to trust yourself that's where I think where I do trust myself is that like, I don't have a problem choosing myself. Like,
well, yeah, because you've done a lot of work. So you can't unchoose yourself because
I don't have
better.
I don't have a problem choosing myself. I'm always going to do that. I do the friendship element. I think with men, I have a problem with. I don't have a lot of male. I have friends that I know, but like I don't have a lot of patience. I haven't had a lot of patience for male humanness. Like, if you do some bullshit, get the fuck away from me. Oh, that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like maybe like, no, I haven't. I have not. And so I realized that not just in this relationship, but just in general. And like, where does that come from?
I feel so deeply that this chapter of our lives, like, we're in our mid 30s. We've, committed to this life of like evolving and growing and like self-reflection, and there's really no getting around it. And we live in this realm of reality that is so fucked up. It's not reality at all. And we become domesticated and socialized in this society that is very, very skewed. This is not real. And so we have to remember that we are human and everyone outside of us is also human too. And a part of that is really like going inside and saying like, what am I carrying? What has poisoned me to like have filters, like have less empathy for people, less regard for people because I've seen it this way, or I'm tainted. The trauma, the healing, even like you saying what you asked your grandmother. Like I'm just thinking, last year this time, I went to the trip with my grandmother to fucking
North Carolina,
North Carolina, to some like random peninsula or whatever,
haunted house,
some haunted house, because she insisted that we do like a family trip every year. I don't know why she chose this place, but there was questions I wanted to record asking her because Alondra told us we had that episode with Alondra, and I was like, I'll just do it next year. And she passed, she transitioned, and it's just like, and I was talking about after that trip mortality, and that like realizing people are getting older, and that like we don't have this life forever, and like she passed kind of unexpectedly because she was like kicking it. Her sister died a week after that. And I've just been like, and like I physically saw like the like her spirit leave the body. Like I've never been around like this like meat suit and then seen like how the spirit actually
slowly leaves,
and then like touching her after and like it feeling like it's a suit, mm-hmm. Essentially like it's a sack of
skin,
and and I feel like regret, obviously, for not having those conversations and asking certain things. And my grandmother lived. Like, one time she told me, like, I was like, should I go out? She was like, you know, like, sleep when you're dead. That's what she told me. And we've discussed her death very often. And, like, she was comfortable with, like, the transition, which made it easier for me. But even though she lived, she traveled, she was married a couple times, like, I saw where there was still root, like, anger, hurt. It would come out, it'd lash out in ways. And, like, even with my own mother, you know. The
humanness in her?
The humanness. And I realized so much of that is from just unresolved shit that we refuse to pull up and look at and examine and say, this makes me uncomfortable, or, like, and sometimes you won't even know it's there.
I was going to say, a lot of times you don't even know it's there.
But you have to be willing to look at things and be like, oh, God, that's me. That's ugly, you know? And just, like, a part of living this life differently as women, I think living this life and like, to honor our ancestors is really taking advantage of the freedom we have to heal. And taking advantage of, like, looking at ourselves and saying, how can I grow? You know, how can I do things differently? And, like, just choosing yourself is so fucking important in that. And just, like, even having an attachment to living is stupid because we don't die.
You have no choice.
We don't die. And we all go, and we're still probably swimming and flying in the ethers together. Mm-hmm. And this is such a, like, profound experience. And we probably do it a lot of cycles, but just as women, you know, just honoring ourselves, our intuition, our humanness, each other's humanness, and leading with that. And not to say accept everyone, because some people don't deserve your attachment and your attention and your energy, because we don't have a lot of time. But just, like, what you want to do is important.
No, it's true. It's true. But you just reminded me that I did record my grandfather, and I need to record my grandmother. Mm-hmm. But that's why it actually came up yesterday when I was talking to her, and I was looking at her. I'm just saying, she's nearing the end of her life. Not that there's something going wrong, but, like, she is, you know. And I'm just, like, so curious to know what you in this lifetime, in this iteration of your soul, like, what are your regrets? What is the most successful thing you did? Like, what are you most proud of?
Right.
You know, and because I think it ultimately, like, it's almost like it's the cheat code for us. The cheat code for me, especially, she is my ancestor, mm-hmm. in ways, and she's still here with me, you know.
What information can I get or know about myself or learn about myself from having these conversations? Mm-hmm. You know, even, like, we were interviewing some of our audience, because we in a business coach program, because we were trying to be better businesswomen, and we were interviewing some of our audience, and someone was like, yeah, I love, like, your freedom. I just want to hang out with you guys. And I was like, really?
I want to cuddle.
Okay, someone else said they wanted to cuddle. I love that. God, I love that so much. I was like, I can do that. Where do you live?
Just come to the retreat.
Yeah, we'll
cuddle. Honestly, we will cuddle you.
I'll cuddle the shit out of you. People are like, what is going on over there? Cuddling?
Just cuddles. That's it.
Deep cuddles.
Don't do no weird shit.
And she was just like, you know, I see my mom and my grandma, and I'm like, I'm not going to be like that. Like, they don't seem happy. And I was just like, whoa. I felt that, because sometimes I just see, like, and we excuse older women, you know, like, oh, she's Aggie, and, like, you know, they're straight and they're forward. But, like, sometimes it's just like, what is wrong with you? And we see the joy in children. You notice that? Like, even look at age. You see the pure bliss in children, because it's before life has fucking toxified you with bullshit and, like, sadness and reality, because, like, and so there's this inner anger.
This hardness that happens.
Yes. And it's like, how do we hold on to that childlike love, that bliss? You know what I mean? And, like,
have to, I don't know. I think some people are gifted in the way that they can. I think that for the most part we don't, and we can't. I don't want to say we can't. For the most part, we don't. What we can do is fight to get it back. And we have to fight to get it back, because everything around us is going to tell us that we can't do those things, and that we shouldn't do those things, and that's irresponsible, or that's for kids, or those days are done, or God, you're weird, you're silly. Like, you know, and one thing I will say is, like, the people that are living their life for them and really don't give a fuck look the best.
Of course.
They look the best.
Because they give zero fucks.
They give zero fucks and they look young. And yeah, granted, they might have hurt some people along the way because there is a messiness in that if you don't have it fucking together in ways and you haven't really explored certain parts of yourself and why maybe you do need to grow up in certain ways. But I think that for the most part, people do lose that. I would say 99% of people do. Well, there are those 1% though, and those are the ones that everyone's like, she's a weird bitch.
Oh, right, of course. Oh, she's so weird.
Yeah.
But there's also, I think, like, honestly, I'm so happy I went on this tantra retreat before going on our retreat because I feel like my cup is so full, and I feel like there has to be practice. You have to have a practice in order to choose joy. Mm-hmm. You in a world like this, you have to choose joy. You don't just wake up with it every day because there is real fear of not having money, of not having food, that the government is fucking our food, that all types of shit. We didn't renew our passport. All these fake lies will take away our joy, and you have to have this practice. And in this retreat, in this container, I experienced things, of course, come up, but I experienced a community and a practice that allows the things to come up and then encourages you to examine them and dig down and be gentle with yourself and ask, what is this poison, and what are the practices that I've learned in order to remove it or dissolve it and move through it? And every time something comes up, it happens, like you could either choose to ignore it, or you just dive right deep into it. And it's okay to have feelings around it. And all these practices that really teach us to look at things and then either dissolve them, release them, and even use pleasure as an antidote and a medicine for it. But we are not taught, and we're not we're not taught in finding practice to choose joy. And one of the things I learned about this at this place is there were so many different types of people from Canada, from Idaho, shout out to I had made up so many friends that I probably would have never ever made friends with. And hearing trauma and stories that I was like, oh my fucking God, bitch, and you're still laughing. And Marianne, my friend in Idaho who grew up Mormon and was telling me how the bishop asks the people, have you been masturbating lately? Kids go alone in this room with the Mormon bishops and they're harassing them about masturbation. And he pulled out some pictures that someone had sent, all this crazy horrible things that go on in these communities, and that's just such a small percentage of the trauma that is created in our society, period. But she was joyous and happy. And even Devi, who's the owner of the school, Authentic Tantra, and she's so joyous, like a child, like a baby. But there's just we all have to literally choose joy. Choose to look at ourselves and the things that happen to us and the people that fuck us and release that shit in order to choose joy and make the best out of this very short life that we have, in order to make space for pleasure and to be filled with that and just say, no, I don't want that bullshit. Fuck that. Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you said that word practice, because I realized for me specifically, and this might not be for everyone, but I need practices in order to find the joy. I actually Ari's supposed to be at her coach right now. I know I'm late. They're going to kill me. I have to be in practice of something, whether that's movement, whether that's eating well, whether that's actually fucking having practice, or whether that's doing Reiki on myself every morning and every night. I feel like a highly functional, happy person when I'm doing that. I can feel yesterday when I was spiraling on Instagram, it's because I haven't been in practice of shit. I've just been working, trying to get shit done. That is the sure way to make me unhappy, and will make me start questioning the work that I do that makes me happy, because I'm not also in practice of it's self-care essentially, or just paying attention to yourself. I'm not actively paying attention to myself. I'm paying attention to everything that's outside of me.
Yeah, and that's a sure way to disaster.
So then when you're telling me I should choose happiness, I haven't even chosen myself. How the fuck am I supposed to choose happiness? I haven't even paid attention to myself in weeks, and so I know that that for me, that's what I need. Some people, that's not what they need to choose, happiness or whatever. Some people just need to be around, be out and about, and that's how they recharge, and that's what brings them joy, So I encourage you, not you, but whoever's listening, and you,
And me.
to really like think about like, right, what is it that makes you, what is it that would make you be able to choose joy every day? What are the things that you would need in order to do that? Like, what is the perfect set of things or experiences or people?
What's your 10 spot?
Yeah, people, or like, what is that, because I think we haven't even thought about that sometimes. It's kind of just like when you're kind of just shooting in the dark.
And then you're like, fuck, you wake up and you're not happy. Or you have that moment where you're like, damn, I am being a bitch. Or why am I being short? If you even have that moment. But it's because you haven't even paid attention to your body, how you feel. You don't know what makes you happy because you haven't tapped into it. So everything is going to make you unhappy and not have pleasure because you haven't even said, wait, what brings me pleasure and presence, and what can I eliminate?
Mm-hmm. And also, when you do write these things down, you start to create a toolbox that you can go back to when you do wake up and you feel like in a fucked up mood. Like for me, like yesterday when I was spiraling, I was like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, well, hold on. What do I need to do? What is like one like thing in my toolbox, for lack of a better word, that I can pull out that is gonna like take the edge off of me right now? And I was like, let me go for a run, even though I don't want to, even though I fucking don't want to, And I did it, and then I was like, okay, not 100%, but we're like 10% edge off, like, so being able to know what those things are, so you're just not every day waking up like fuck this, and you're like, bitch, that's because you don't know what makes you happy at all. So figure that out, write it down, use that shit when you feel stressed the fuck out.
You have to. And some of the things are going to seem ridiculous. Some of the things that you find are medicine are the most basic shit. And there was a few times at the retreat, I was like, oh my God, this might be a cult. But then it wasn't. It was just that it's the ways to freedom and the ways to practice and like moving your body, meditate. Be silent, shut the fuck up. Listen to your body, breathe. It's like so basic, but then you do it, and and other people are committed to doing it, and it seems so foreign, and it's not. It's
really simple. You'd be surprised at the things that you need to make yourself happy. You don't need to go shopping. You don't need. Those are cool. Sometimes that helps too. That's like
I always like to go eat and have a drink.
You know.
Like, do I have an issue?
Well, also, like, what are you putting in your body? Because, yeah, I can eat and have a drink and all those things, but, like, are those things that make you happy, too? Like, then also, like, in the long term, deteriorating yourself towards your ultimate happiness,
I mean, And also, I had a moment like this at the retreat. Something happened. It was, like, kind of, like, a little bit stressful, and I was like, hey, Marianne, you want to go get a drink? Want to go get something fried? She's like, okay. Everyone else was like, no, I think I'm just going to meditate. I was like, I'm an alcoholic. And then I got there and I was like, no, not alcoholic. This is what brings me pleasure. Me and Marianne. She's like, woo! And then there's that, and then there's balance. And that's another thing. It's just like everything's with balance. It's not bad or good. There's no good or bad. It's just balance. What is it like in what moment that brings you the things that you need, and you have to be in touch with yourself to figure out what the fuck that is.
Mm-hmm. Well,
do you want me to talk about my my yoni massage for a hori?
Oh yeah. Did you get one?
No, I was just there.
Yeah, so Milah, you went on this retreat. You went on this tantra retreat. She's an authentic tantra school, and at the retreat you get hands-on experience.
Well, like demonstrations and hands-on experience, like practicing. So tantra is like I feel like the study of really pleasure in all of its forms, and including obviously sexually, like sexual pleasure, and even the trauma and things we store in our bodies. So. What were you saying? Continue. Sorry.
Oh, I was just letting the people know in case they didn't know. Like, I mean, I know you've mentioned that you went to a retreat, but like, what is actually happening at these retreats, so that they don't just think you went on a retreat and we're getting yoni mapped and shit. Like, what is the?
So the retreat is essentially, it's not a retreat. It's an intensive. It's an embodiment, because we've been studying for a year, and like I said, there's movement involved. There's breath. It's a Tibetan practice that's been around for thousands of years, and so it's been mostly transferred orally. And she's like the first person to ever write it in books. So we're studying this Tibetan Tantra practice. That's the lineage, and there's lots of Tantra practices. You'll see a lot of Neo practices, but this is the only government accredited school. And so there we're doing a lot of things that may seem weird to other people, but like we said, we're meditating, we're union breathing, we're connecting with one another, we're going inside, we're dancing, and we're learning, you know, all the things yoni and lingams, penises and pussies. And so one of the things is we're learning how to use the mudras to bring pleasure in your erogenous zone. So you can either receive one, you can give one. I was an observer, and I saw one earlier in the day, and I just, you know, the girl had a breakthrough. She shed a tear. She was crying a little bit because a lot of times when you explore these places, things come up. Mm-hmm. You store trauma literally in, you know, in all parts of your body, but a lot of us just from living in like Western civilization have sexual traumas. You know, men get fucking circumcised. Women are shamed for their sexuality. So there's a lot of storage of things. So sometimes in those explorations, like in the trauma, there are releases that are unexpected. Anyway, I saw one. It was great. They told us it was optional. So I went to my room and I told them before I left, I'm gonna sit this one out. Mm-hmm. She said, fine. It starts raining. Then they text me like, hey, we assigned your group. I was like, yeah. And I'm chilling. And then someone else is like, hey, your group is so-and-so. I was like, well, she told me I could sit out. And she was like, well, this is the last one. So I was like, something was like, maybe you're supposed to go. And I was like, fine. So I go. It's just my friend Marianne, my friend Maria. I got my permission to share this story, and a facilitator and me. And I was the observer, so I was reading. You know, I was reading her what she needs to do, going through the practices. Totally
So a student is doing this on her, and so
a student.
A student. So the student is doing this, and she's reading through the text.
I'm reading through the text.
You're reading through the text, so she knows step by step what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm so curious, like, what the scene, I know I'm going to do this next year, but I'm so curious, like, what the scene is like. Is it like, is there music playing, or is it just like straight educational?
No, so part of it is, okay, let's set up the environment.
Okay.
Like, and we asked the receiver, what do you want? She had fruits. I made her tea. We like brought all the pillows in the room. We lowered the lights. We had candles.
Okay.
Like, there was music because this is what she requested.
Got it.
This is something like, so if I was, after I'm done school and a couple comes in, this is what the environment will basically embody, whatever brings you pleasure. And so I was reading as if I was instructing a couple and they were exploring each other, or if someone was wanting to explore on themselves, you know, we'd use a model. But in this instance, the students who were my peers were doing each other, and I was given the role of reading through the mudras to make sure she was doing the right thing, and then there was a facilitator. I wasn't supposed to be there in my mind, so I started reading it. It was great. I love them. It was fun, but I was like ready to go. So I was like flipping the page to see when we were almost done, and I was just like, you know, watching. So the girl who's like receiving is starting to really get like aroused and start to experience pleasure. And I just a lot of this practice, a lot of the work we've done is just checking in with ourselves. So I literally was like, it started to make me feel uncomfortable. And I was like, why is this making me so uncomfortable? And I was like, I'm like, she looks pretty. I was like, she looks like she's a goddess. She had like a nice robe on, and like Marianne is great. Like, she knows exactly what she was doing. She knew all the steps. The teacher was great. Everything was great. I was just like, why is this making me so uncomfortable? And also, if this makes you uncomfortable, bitch, how are you going to do this in real life? Did you just waste a year of your life at this school? Mm-hmm. And then so I had to really start exploring, like, it's not the nudity that makes me uncomfortable. Like, what is it about seeing this is making me uncomfortable? So I observed that. I kept going. And then she really starts to get into it. But then she says, I feel like I can't surrender. And I was like, then it dawned on me. I was like, there's no fucking way in hell I'd be able to be, I wanted to be a receiver, but I was like, I could have never done this. Like, I could have never surrendered with people watching me, you know? So I was like, yeah, I could have never done this. This is crazy. So it kept going. Then she's like starting to like orgasm.
Well, thank you for that, Hori. I think that people are either going to be totally freaked out or they're going to want to find the bitch in Topanga Canyon.
I know. I don't, it's a spiritual Hori. I don't want to, you know, discredit it by calling it a Hori, but it was a spiritual Hori because I was like a little shocked that happened. Yeah. But
make sure you go check us out on Patreon. That's patreon.com/goodmomsbadchoices to hear this Hori and a lot of other Horis that you probably haven't heard on the show. Is it tarot time?
It is tarot time.
I feel like we've gotten this one before. We have
This one came in reverse.
the Hanged Man.
I usually don't read the reverse, but it looks.
Yeah, you feel called to do it today? Where's that lighter? Hitting this
Did
blunt.
our shipper call you?
Our shipper? Oh,
Our teenager.
her friend emailed me or DM'd me, or I don't know if I can text me from an email address. Her phone died. I told her to go in my room and get the charger.
Wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay.
Tarot time. Shout out to
Biddy Tarot.
Biddy Tarot and also Mahogany Tarot. Make sure you go check out Mahogany Tarot. They are our official, unofficial tarot deck of Good Moms Bad Choices show. They didn't even know they were going to be that, but they are.
She's in the tribe. So.
We love supporting Black women businesses, brown women businesses, all businesses, but we're Black women. So if you want to share your business with us, DM us. We give special prices to our small business owners because we know how hard it can be out here in these business streets.
In these business streets.
It's hard. Entrepreneurship is hard, and sometimes you just need someone to really rep your shit. And we be repping. You know what I'm saying?
Only shit we endorse, though. The upright hanged man encourages you to pause for a moment and see things from a different perspective. Reverse, this card can show that you know you need to hit the pause button, but you are resisting it. Instead, you fill your days with tasks and projects, keeping busy and distracting yourself from the actual issue that needs your attention. Your spirit and body are asking you to slow down, but your mind keeps racing. Stop and rest before it's too late. The universe will only dial up the volume if you ignore it, and as a result, you may end up crashing. So as soon as you hear a call, clear your schedule, come to the Good Vibe Retreat, and make the space so you can tune in and listen. You may already be in a position where everything has been put on hold, much to your frustration. The reveal of the hangman can indicate a time when you're getting blocked, stuck, or restricted because other people or other circumstances have left you on hold. While you feel resistant, it's important that you surrender to what is and let go of your attachment to how things should be. Be in flow with life, even if it's not as you expected it. Seriously, when does it ever go exactly as you expected? And loosen your grip. Did we not just say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was true.
Amen. I believe I received that. I know you received that too. That's what I was feeling yesterday. I was like, I need a second. Even today when I was like, I'll be an hour late because I need to pause for a second. And now that we're going to Mexico, because the Good Vibe Retreat is literally like my pause.
I was like, we're right on time.
It is my pause, okay? I'm technically working / healing / making best friends. So
oh yeah, this is the life we created, designed. I'm really excited to go into this container with my friends.
Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. Well, if you're coming on the retreat and you hear fucking Jamilah say container, just know every time she says it, I'm like wincing just a little bit.
Remember we used to wince when we said boyfriend?
Oh God, that episode.
Remember that episode?
We're like, we have
yeah, it was that guy.
We should have known the way we said that. Bitch, our bodies were resisting. They were like, "Are you sure, ho?"
We should have known.
Those niggas ain't your
I
boyfriends.
think we need to practice saying the word first. That was step one. They were our practice boyfriends.
I know we were such hoes. We didn't even know how to like say the word boyfriend. We were just like,
boyfriend.
Friend boy.
Now look at us, boyfriend, my man, me, my man.
I still don't like the word boyfriend.
I don't like partner, but I say it sometimes.
I don't like partner either.
I feel like the society.
I've always called him my lover for the most part, and I kind of like to stick with that. But then I feel like I want to like take it up a notch, but I don't know what that is. And the up notch would be partner, but I don't like that. It sounds
not take it up a notch.
You know, like lover is like lover is lover, but it feels like a little bit cash. Feels a little cash.
Lover seems, I don't know if it's cash, but
not
my
cash. Like I don't know.
My beau.
My beau.
I like my beau. My beau. It sounds kind of European. What about my old man? No.
My lifer.
Lifer?
My lifer. You wanna be my lifer? Hey baby, you wanna be my lifer?
This is my lifer.
You know you wanna be my lifer.
My love lifer.
That's kind of scary. It sounds like fucking lockdown.
Is that lit?
It keeps getting unlit.
Okay, anyway, we're rambling. We don't want to get any bad reviews.
But if you haven't left a review, please go make sure you leave one on Apple.
Preferably a good one.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch this episode on YouTube. Make sure you check out Patreon again. And I'm exceedingly high at this point, so I'm going to stop talking because when I talk in high, see, I get a little slow. So I love you.
You guys know where to find us. goodmoms_bad_choices on Instagram. Come check us out. Come follow us. We cute or whatever. You say Patreon, patreon.com/goodmomsbadchoices. You can follow me at Milah_map, 2 P's.
At Watch Erica.
And if you haven't booked your vacation, book it now with us. I'm high too. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.